Is David Lammy the dumbest politician of this generation? Let's have a look at some of David's moments of brilliance, shall we? I guess we'll start with Lammy getting fined £5,000 for making 35,629 nuisance calls to people who had not given him their permission to contact them. He did this to try and improve his chances of being nominated as Labour's pick for London mayor race, but it just ended up pissing people off. It'll come as no surprise to anybody that he failed quite badly, coming fourth out of 5 candidates with just 10% of the vote. Then there's this absolute corker. The BBC tweeted out as the conclave was voting on the next choice of Pope, will the smoke be black or white? Lammy's response was absolutely delightful. Completely oblivious to what the white and black smoke meant, he charged in like he usually does with this fantastic response. This tweet from the BBC is crass and unnecessary. Do we really need silly innuendo about the race of the Pope? Fucking moron! As anybody with half a brain cell will tell you, white smoke means a pope has been chosen. Black smoke signals that there hasn't been one chosen yet. It's absolutely nothing to do with the colour of their skin. Anyone remember this one? In 2015, Lammy tweeted out, and he's not deleted this yet by the way, when I was growing up, my mum relied on tax credits. Tonight, in opposing the welfare bill, I voted for millions of people who do the same. Now, tax credits was brought into the UK in April 2003. David Lammy was born in 1972. So by 2003, David Lammy was 31 years old. Jesus Christ, this bloke's thick. What about this one? At 11:11 a.m. today, we mark exactly 100 years since the 11th minute of the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month of 1918, when the sounds of war fell silent. We must never forget our soldiers' immense sacrifices or the brutal realities of war. You bloody plonker. He probably ended up celebrating 11 minutes later than the rest of us as well then, didn't he? Everybody remembers this car crash interview as well, right?
By implication, you're comparing the ERG to the Nazi party, or at least to the South African racists. Now, whatever you think about the ERG, that was an unacceptable comparison, wasn't it?
Andrew, I would say that wasn't strong enough.
Not strong enough? Are you being fucking serious, pal? You just compared them to the most violent, repressive and downright evil political movement that there has ever been on this earth, and you think that's not strong enough? What the fuck's wrong with you, mate?
If it feels like neighbourhood policing has vanished, it's not around you. We haven't seen a police while I've been here, and I've been here for a little while now.
This was just the other day, and it really goes to show just how idiotic David Lammy really is. Normally, he aches to get some good old race baiting in, and if he'd done that here, he might have actually had a leg to stand on, because I don't see many people that aren't white in this picture of the Essex Tory hustings. However, this is Captain Dumbass we're talking about here, so his comment is totally unrelated to that. He says, "No women allowed. Looks like a Tea Party convention in Alabama." Oh, you had it, mate. Right there in front of you, and you're still fucked up. So, why did he fuck up? Take a look at this photo from outside a Labour meeting. See that circle part there above Lammy's head? That says, "Ladies' entrance this way." Yeah, in 2019, folks. And here's a picture from inside a Labour meeting. Note how they're segregated along gender lines, because I'm pretty sure that nobody in that crowd identifies as gender fluid. And then we come to this article, which basically suggests that David Lammy has been writing fake racist notes to himself and presenting them on social media. They compare the handwriting in some of the notes to handwriting of his from a while back, and there are some quite distinct similarities. You can see there that the T's, W's, and D's all do bear a resemblance to Lammy's actual handwriting. Now, I'm not suggesting that Lammy is sending these to himself, but considering how daft this lad is, I just couldn't put it past him. Could you? Don't forget to like and subscribe, folks, it helps bloody massively.